Welcome back, people, to our show Kid Back Tour. Here on the show, bringing in professional youngsters, semi-pro cricketers, and any aspiring cricketer on the show, and they take us through a tour inside their kit bags. So here today on the show, we've got a 19-year-old from here, a South African cricketer, right arm bowler, right arm fast actually, bowls a hard ball, and left-handed middle-order batsman. He's currently based in Scotland, but he's our own homeboy from here, Zululand, Richards Bay. I played a lot of cricket for Westville first team and all, and we have him on the show today. So let me just get you into a brief of his cricketing career so far. Though a youngster, but still has a lot of experience and has played a lot of games and has a few successes in his career so far at his age. So he said he played for KwaZulu Natal under 19 Khaya Majola weak side and Coca-Cola U19 All Star, and he was the captain of the side as well. And also played for UKZN, University of KwaZulu Natal, in the Premier League in Durban, South Africa. And also played for Zululand, this side here in Richards Bay for King Cetshwayo. In the Premier League, he's currently playing for Helensburg Cricket Club in Scotland. So I think Francois is here.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm alright, thanks, and you?
Good, thanks, buddy.
How's things?
Oh no, things are good. The weather hasn't actually turned out to be too good today, so no training as of yet. But I did do some fitness, which was good, so we're good.
Yeah, so with the weather, do you think you have any chance now the game tomorrow, since you had a game tomorrow?
Well, the rain hasn't been too heavy lately, so I think we actually will end up having a game tomorrow. We probably just use the artificial wicket if the actual grass wicket isn't prepared, so we'll just use the AstroTurf. Just because it's a midweek game, we wouldn't want to, damage the outfield and the pitches at any cost. So.
Oh, okay. But how does it feel, coming from a bad lockdown and stuff with restrictions of playing cricket now back on? How does it feel?
Well, it feels amazing actually. Everyone's so keen to get into it and keen to get going. Especially all the youngsters and all the old people. Like everyone is so keen to go and do something, and so I think the enthusiasm and the actual energy levels were there on Sunday when we played our first game. So yeah, I think everyone's just so hyped for the season to start.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And you're also gathering a good form coming from lockdown. Like what I said, I think when you go in the bench stroke style. You just you just recently took 4 wickets and 30 runs to win the game this last Sunday.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was good just because it was an inter-club game. It was just a little warm-up for the games to come. So we had mixed teams with some of the first team players on the other side, and then some of the first teams in my side, for example. So it was a very good little competitive game. Just so it's sort of like a trial to see who would actually be in the first team for this coming week and coming season. So yeah, it was good to showcase my skills, especially in front of the captain and the coach and stuff, just so they can see that I actually do deserve to be in the first team and not just walk into it just because I'm from overseas or something. So
yeah, that's true, man. That's true. But I'm liking it. I'm loving it. So just tell me, yourself, at your age, being an all-rounder, how do you manage the workload?
How do I manage? Well, it all just depends. It depends what you want to focus on the day, what you feel good at. For example, like I personally see myself as a better bowler than a better batsman. Yeah. So I would try and focus a bit more on my batting just so that can improve. But bowling wise, still just make sure like your run feels smooth. Bowling wise, your action is always nice and strong. So yeah, I just think it just depends how you feel on the day and how you feel on what you want to work on that specific day.
Yeah.
Not to overwork yourself in a specific area.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, wasting any more time, I think the thing that we've been waiting for to snoop inside your kit bag and take us through a tour.
Let's get that going. Okay, well, I've kind of packed everything out already. We'll start with my cricketing spikes. We'll start with those. So these are my batting spikes, the Adidas batting spikes.
Okay,
And they're from 2 seasons ago. So those are a good little pair I've got there. I've really enjoyed them.
Oh yeah.
Got the Adidas Aeropress. So these are the new bowling spikes. So I use these for bowling. These are the new ones. Really enjoy these, even though I've only had a run out in them once. The weapon itself, the weapon itself. This is a CP. So my brand ambassador is Cricket Professional, also known as Cricket Giants. So that's them. This is the CP Monster bat. It's used for T20s. It's got a slightly longer handle, just so you can have a bit more levers into it. Some balls. My helmet, my Missouri helmet. Got this also, I think 2 years ago, same as the spikes. 2 years ago, my Missouri helmet. Really enjoyed that. It's a nice fit. It's a bit bigger than it should be, but I really enjoy it. My gloves, also CP, so Cricket Professional. These are obviously my ambassadors. So Cricket Professional. These are the Epic gloves. Very comfortable gloves. Really enjoy them. Then the thigh pad, Kookaburra. Can never go wrong with the Kookaburra thigh pad.
Yeah.
These are insanely amazing and comfortable. Love those. Practice gloves. These I just use just on the daily, just if I don't want to overuse my normal gloves that I would use in a game, for example.
Oh yeah.
And then my left-handed batting pads. Everything's left-handed, by the way. My left-handed batting pads, also Epic. Also Cricket Professional Epic pads.
Oh yeah.
Loving them. Also very comfortable. Very, very, very good. Then the bag. It's a nice little duffel bag. As you can see, very light. Doesn't have much in it. Okay, loads of zips. Let me just open this up quickly, show you how much space you actually have inside of the bag. So inside the bag, as you can see, like you've got 2 compartments there for your bats, and then inside there's loads of space for you to put whatever you have to put in. On the sides, both sides, you have your pads. So your pockets for your pads on both sides, so there, and then on this side there'll be a pocket as well. And then you just have one extra compartment in the middle, just for whatever you want to use. That's my kit bag.
I just like the way compartments are set up, with the beds inside there and then the side pocket. Yeah, nice. So with the kit bags, what do you normally go for? Is it you go for duffel bags alone, or those usual wheelie bags?
Well, this is my first duffel bag I've actually purchased. I've always had roll-on bags just because I thought that they were easier. You don't have to carry them. But I think duffel bags are actually a bit better, just because just depends on how you make them and how you make the straps. If they're nice and comfortable on the shoulders and you don't have too much in your bag, even if you do have a lot of it in your bag, if the straps are comfortable, they should be fine.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's just personal preference. Like some people would love to roll their bag, some people love to carry the bag on their shoulders. But I think personally, the duffel bag is probably the best bag I've had for a while. So
yeah, you're enjoying the duffel. And
duffel bags are the way to go.
Yeah, and how's it going with the CP? Are you enjoying the CP pads and all that?
Yeah, I am. It's been pretty good.
Okay, then with the bets, what do you normally go for? Just taking on the betting side, what do you look for when you're picking a bet? Saying maybe the weight, age, pickup.
Well, the bat's actually it's a very weird thing for me. So the bat itself, I don't care much about actual weight. So the weight could be heavy, because I've got, for example, my one other bat that I used to be really heavy. My other bat used to be really light, but I really like double grips. So as you can see, let me just roll this down quickly. I have 2 grips on my bat. I don't just have one. So yeah. So there you can see I have 2 grips, not just the one. So you see that?
Oh yeah.
So that's my one little fetish that I have. If I don't have 2 grips, then I don't know. It just doesn't feel comfortable in my hands. Just because I think it just feels better weighted wise, because it almost evens out the whole bat, which is quite nice for me. Like the whole pickup, it evens out and it makes the bat feel a bit lighter sort of, and feels more balanced, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I prefer on my bats. The handle itself, if it's too short, then I don't know, it just feels a a bit close to me. It doesn't feel like it's big enough. So yeah, those are the two things. It's all about the handle, really, not really much about the bat itself.
And all that.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you have a pecking routine?
Well, my batting routine actually, it's not much about actual batting. It's more about me padding up. So I have to put my left pad on first. If I don't put my left pad on first, I know it's going to be a bad day. I have two different inners. One is a bit tighter and one's a bit looser. So on my left hand, the hand which would have my sponge on it, my sponge on my thumb, that has to have the tight inner on as well. So that's my little, like, I don't know, like my little superstitions, if you would say, like batting wise. That's what I have. So left pad on first, left inner has the tight inner.
Yeah.
Batting wise, my little trigger that I have, so it's back and across with my left foot going first, so my back foot going first. And yeah, that's what I have. Just staying nice and still as well on the crease, not trying to move too much. Just trying to keep my head as still as possible. So nothing really fancy, nothing really over the top. It's just nice and simple, trying to keep myself as solid as possible, if that makes sense. Nice and tight, staying nice and compact.
Yo, yeah, I see. Those are like, so that's sort of like your superstition. But I'm asking the way when you're packing your stuff. Like now, when I saw your kit bag, I think everything was just all over. And then, like when you go for a game, do you have some sort of packing that you do? Okay, you say, when I'm putting stuff in my bag, this is how it should be like.
Yes. Okay, so I wouldn't put my spikes always go in last. So at the bottom of my bag, I would have my gloves. My gloves would be at the bottom.
Yeah.
Then in the middle of my kit bag, I would have my thigh pad. Then I would have my helmet on top, and then my spikes on top of that, just so that my spikes won't damage anything, any of my pads or whatever. And then obviously on the sides, I would have my actual batting pads. The reason that I'd have my spikes on last, just so that I can make sure that they're there the day before.
Oh, yeah.
If that makes sense, instead of going to a game and be like, oh no, I forgot my spikes. I have to dig in through my whole bag to go find them. Because if you forget, for example, your bat or your thigh pad, you can always borrow that from someone, but you can't borrow someone else's spikes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I do. I always make sure that my spikes go in last, and I make sure that they're in and ready.
Oh, so every time you know, okay, if you don't see your spikes on top, you know that you didn't carry it.
Yeah. If you don't see the spikes, you know there's trouble.
Alright, so talking of spikes, looking at the bowling side, what spikes would you look for? What sort of comfort do you look for when you're choosing a spike? Bowling.
I used to have New Balance spikes to start off with, which weren't mine. They were my cricket coach when I was in Westville, my first cricket coach. He had a sponsorship by New Balance, and he sold me one of his pairs. I had to use that for my first ever first team game. I used those, and I was so scared to like break them, or because they were brand new, and I was like, oh no, if I break this, I have to pay full price, and I have to go buy new ones again. And so New Balance I used throughout my entire schooling career until my last year of high school when they broke. Then I had to go buy Puma ones, which my dad got for me. Really awesome shoe. They had a nice little yellow on the, like a Luma yellow on the heel, which was really cool. I really enjoyed those. Those just look nice. But if I say no, I'd say Adidas, just because the make of the shoes, it's so comfy. They have a nice little heel for you to use. So yeah, I'd say probably my Adidas spikes. Probably the ones that I'd go for.
Yeah, like the ones that you have, those brand new ones, yo. Those things are looking solid.
Yeah.
And
those are little.
What are your essentials in your kit bag? Something essential.
Essentials in my kit bag.
Yeah.
We all know that the box is essential. The box is very essential. We all need that.
Yeah.
But essentials in my bag, I would say probably my spikes, just because I'm very. I love my spikes a lot, just because those are the things you put on. Those are the ones when you put them on, you know it's game time. It's time to get switched on and stay switched on. So the same as batting wise, when you put your left pad on first, for example, the spikes are a little symbol that it's time to switch on and it's time to get focused. So yeah, probably my most essential is probably my spikes.
Yeah, this guy loves his spike so much. Yeah. First,
Yeah.
is the last thing you make sure you're
Speaking
putting
to a bowler here, Khaya. Speaking to a bowler.
Yeah, I see why, I see where all those intimidating balls come from. There's a lot of mind, there's a lot of in it. So let's say this, if you had to add on something, some sort of protective wear on the cricket equipment, what sort of thing that you think is needed to be added on the cricket stuff?
Something I would add on.
Maybe a sport that when you're betting sometimes you feel like, I'm always getting hit here on this sport and there's no protective wear for it.
Oh, 100%. So on your thigh pad, okay? On your thigh pad, they only protect your thigh itself. But sometimes when you get scared of a ball coming short, you get clipped on the bum.
Yeah.
The little burn on the bum. Yeah, I think we have to try and find out how to make a pad that goes all the way around yourself, just so that doesn't hurt as much. Because we all know that hurts so much. If it just clips you on the bum, that little flick, it's just, it's excruciating.
Yeah, because I was just checking, there's these P1s that they're making now. They sort of cover just a little bit of that side. So you just get a little clip on that part of your body. But I think that will be up to you, Can you carry the weight when you're betting, especially betting for long?
Yeah, I think it's all that's more of something that would come early on in your innings, the little clip on the butt.
Yeah.
Something like if you're still trying to find your way through the crease, trying to figure out the pace of the wicket, that's something that would happen if it just skids on, for example, you're not ready, you're not used to it. But the longer you bat, the less I think that's possible to happen. Just because you'd understand the pace of the wicket, you'd understand where the gaps are, where you're trying to hit the ball, and where the bowlers want to bowl to you. So yeah, I think that's something that would happen early on in the innings, a little clip on the butt. So,
are you probably the messiest guy in the changing room?
The messiest guy? Oh, 100%. I am so messy in the change room. I saw that this weekend when we were playing. Everyone has their bags nicely packed out, and I just threw everything out to make sure that I've got everything I need. I'm an organized, messy person. I want everything to be at a certain place. But if you touch my stuff, even though it looks messy, you just don't touch it. I know where everything is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so messy.
Okay. Besides you, who's probably the messiest guy that you have met? And this one now, I want you to give me first. Maybe you start off on the Scotland side where you are in Helensburg, and then you also come back to us here in Zululand to give us the messiest guy you've ever shared the changing room with.
The messiest guy I've ever sat in the changing room with?
Yeah.
Oh, it has to be a guy that I went on my Coke Week tour.
Yeah.
A guy named Sanele Ngai from Glenwood.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't bat, everything is always out. So
yeah, I know those people. Otherwise, game tomorrow. Are you prepared?
I think I'm as prepared as I could be. I think it's a good little rest there that I got today with the rain and everything. I probably would have been down at the nets, making sure that everything is still intact. Bowling wise, I was feeling good the day before. So yesterday when I was playing, when I was busy practicing, I was feeling really good batting wise. I was feeling really good bowling wise. I went on a run today just to make sure that I'm not doing nothing today. So yeah, I think I'm prepared for tomorrow, and it should be a good game.
Yeah, I wish you all the best for tomorrow, and I hope from the 4 wickets we took last Sunday, we're getting to 5.
100%. Thank you so much for having me, Coach.
Alright, just finishing off, is there any word of advice that you would like to give to a certain youngster like you who's looking to have a best of his career?
Well, something that I would give just from me being a youngster itself, still growing up, still learning as much as I can. Take in as much as you can, okay? Take in as much help, as much guidance, as much critique as you can, because that's what makes you grow as a cricket player. That's what makes you a better player through the years. So yeah, just being willing to grow and being willing to learn. That's what I would say every young player should be able to have. Yeah.
Yeah, true, man. Absolutely.